Ooh, that was really loud this week. Welcome to episode 10 of the All You Can Hear podcast. I am, as always, one of your four co-hosts, Tanner, and with me, as per usual, we got Colt. We got Cody.
Hello.
We got Wenzel.
I'm actually the reverse Wenzel.
Oh,
Menzel.
yeah.
Menzel.
Wenzel's new bit is he's actually reverse Wenzel, who's actually Menzel. So, that's the bit of the week.
Oh. My poopy.
Oh, wow, you stole Cody's bit.
Oh, my God.
Record time.
Kick ass dude.
Oh, my God, wow.
We're not even... we are spiking, so we're probably really loud.
Yeah, we're all pretty loud.
Sorry.
Pretty loud. But, yeah, this week we're just gonna...
Tanner's about to start singing.
Wait.
What?
Are we still... Okay.
You were about to start singing.
Was I going to start singing?
Yeah.
No, I was
Oh,
keying.
yeah.
I was... Cody's looking at the spikes in the audio. He's like, yeah, that's a Tanner singing spike if I've ever seen it.
Did I skip time?
It's me, the reverse Wenzel.
Oh, my God.
It's
What a
Menzel.
good bit already.
It's
Why would
revenge
he
in reverse.
If his name was Menzel, why would he come back? Are you going to go in the past and be like, well, I'm the reverse Menzel. I'm Wenzel.
Yes.
My God.
I'm so lost.
Can I talk about me getting attacked by hornets last week?
Yeah.
Okay, so Friday, which was the day after we recorded the podcast, I'm outside, minding my own business, cutting the grass. Who knew that weren't hornets? Preface. Who knew that yellow jackets set up colonies underground?
Everybody.
Like they were moles.
I
Had
knew
no
that.
idea. Just thought they were like any other bug and set up nests like in corners of the house and stuff. So anyways, I cut over a whole yellow jacket hole, and I see one fly in there. I'm like, you know what? I can handle one, whatever. So I cut over the hole again because I had missed like half of it. Or I didn't miss, but the way the lanes were lined up. And I go over it again. Keep in mind, push lawnmower. So I go over it again, and all of a sudden I'm like, wow, my ankles are really hurting. And I go, oh my God, I'm being attacked by this colony of yellow jackets. So I push the push mower like across the driveway into like the neighbor's yard, and I just go shit, and I'm like swooing them off my legs. And I look, and my mom who had came outside, she's like, I don't know if you're allergic to those, so we should probably. Her first instinct was like, we need to go to Meemaw's, obviously, instead of the hospital. She's like, we need to go to. They'll have what you need to fix you up. So we go there. They have a bottle of Clorox. No bullshit, by the way. They have I think a Clorox. What was it? Clorox? I feel like it was Clorox.
It's probably Clorox.
It was Clorox, and they put it on my stings. Well, I have one big sting, which you can actually still see on my leg.
Yeah, you can see it.
And that's where 4 of them had stung me, including one that had left a stinger. And yellow jackets typically don't leave stingers, from what I've been told. So, but the yellow jacket had left a stinger in there. So there was about 10 minutes where the stinger was in there, still giving me the pains.
You should have
you
just
know?
left the lawnmower over the hole and let them just die.
Well, no, that's what happened. That's what. See, the thing is, to stop the pain, because that one hurt bad, and it was bleeding, like I got stung so hard.
I have found a website called Nature's Natural Healing. Okay,
What does that have to do with bees?
and it's talking about insect bite remedies.
It's
And
been a week.
on this Nature's Natural Healing, because I wanted to see if you're actually okay, like your legs aren't gonna like fall off.
Well, I figured
and,
at this point they're not going to fall off.
injecting-
Although my leg
Cody
is...
just now started to care about
Yeah,
injecting wounds.
it's been 6 days since Tanner's been stung, but yeah.
I just want to make sure that
Sure.
you injecting yourself with Clorox.
I didn't inject myself with Clorox.
Yeah, with the needle.
Are you sure?
I took a
the arm.
syringe
Are
and
you
put
really
Clorox
sure?
into the sting.
If you're at Meemaw's, you're probably shooting up.
Well,
Anyways,
hold on.
Shooting
That's a bad look for me, Maul.
found out
Are you sure?
that it is actually a thing, along with cornstarch, mud,
Ooh.
OxyClean, and Windex.
Oh, there you
Wow.
go.
Well, I did it with Clorox.
There you have it,
But,
people.
but
That's
anyways,
what I did.
I
PSA.
took, because of the pain of that one particular sting was so bad, I took a Benadryl. Benadryl, I don't know what Benadryl does to y'all, knocks me out. I'm useless for an entire day if I take a Benadryl. So I get home, literally fell asleep in the floor in front of our podcast studio, around air quotes, right there in the floor for like 2 hours. Woke up, got on the couch, fell asleep again, went back to Meemaw's for something, I don't remember, sat in a chair at her house, also fell asleep, and then I came back here and went to bed at 6 o'clock.
God.
It was an awesome day. And that was the day before Feastival, so I got none of my food ready before Feastival, so I had to
Yeah.
cook all of my food on Saturday, and yeah.
Oh, that's why your coleslaw was garbage.
Back off! You're the only person that thought it was bad.
Actually, I just don't like coleslaw, so I'm kind of biased.
I love coleslaw, and I didn't like yours.
It was good.
It was fine.
It didn't have any flavor.
It didn't have any. It was hot. It was a spicy slaw.
Hot isn't a flavor.
Hot isn't a
Okay.
flavor.
Okay, but it was a spicy slaw. What flavor do you think coleslaw has, anyways? Coleslaw. I made a normal coleslaw, and just added hot sauce.
I thought it was okay.
Well, I actually added other stuff too, but
Like,
I mean, in the slaw, so it was a whole. I made a lot of it. I made a whole head of cabbage worth.
I recommend
there
you
were-
tell us
Car-
your secret sauce.
There was carrots, bell peppers,
No.
and onion in it. And then for the sauce, it was, I didn't measure shit, but the sauce was mayonnaise, apple cider vinegar, pepper, Bruce's hot sauce, which is my grandpa's hot sauce that he makes at his
His
house,
hot sauce is really good.
and it was just a little bit of sugar, and that was it. But that's how a normal coleslaw sauce. That's how you make a juicy coleslaw. So if you ever want to make a spicy coleslaw, use that recipe, and I guarantee like 6 out of 7 people will like it. Unless you have a cult in your group.
Unless you got a coleslaw connoisseur.
Listen, I am the coleslaw connoisseur here.
It's connoisseur.
Yeah, concept.
I'm the coleslaw cotton swab
All right,
here.
okay, you know what? Let's get Google on this.
What are we googling?
Well, yeah, what are we
I don't think my
Coleslaw.
coleslaw is available on Google. I haven't put it up on Amazon.
No.
If anybody would like to buy a jar of coleslaw from me, starting at $20, $20 for the jars of coleslaw.
You know, funny thing is, I made cookies, and I made Fruity Pebble cookies, and then randomly Abby just thought, hey, let's make Cocoa Pebble cookies as well. So we made them. Turned out pretty freaking great. We were both really happy.
They were really good. I liked your cookies more than I liked them in cereal form. That's not even a bullshit tactic on my part. All the food at Feastival was delicious.
Yeah, no, we should go ahead and say, come on, the spicy coleslaw was.
Come on,
I
Cole.
didn't like it. I only took one bite and I threw it away.
Why didn't you like it? Was it too spicy for you?
Not really. It was just not the flavor. No flavor.
Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and get out of the way. All the food was fucking amazing.
I thought all the food at Feastival was really good.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, everything else.
Yeah, like,
Okay, cool. We're gonna fight.
but it was crazy though because I didn't expect to get full.
Yeah, connoisseur.
What did you put into?
Connoisseur.
That's how we're gonna start pronouncing connoisseur. I'm a connoisseur.
She is very much a southern lady. She's a
That wasn't
southern
even
gal.
Southern. That was like
Listen to this southern gal. Listen to this beautiful.
Connoisseur.
This is podcast. Welcome to our 5th member of the podcast.
We got a new member.
We got a new member. Google Translate. 140 characters at a time.
Why would the 100? Okay, anyways, but yeah, all the food at Feastival I thought was delicious.
Yeah.
I didn't expect to get full that quick.
I didn't either,
But I
like,
did.
The first plate got full. I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
All the food is so good.
Yeah, I mean, literally, like,
Coleslaw sucked.
okay, Google.
Coleslaw sucked.
What are you saying?
Coleslaw sucked, Colt. Listen.
Just listen to her. She has stuff to say. Yeah, I'll turn her up for you. It's gonna blow out those.
The coleslaw sucked.
Why'd she say it like that?
No. Oh, let me put a
Have
space
you never
with it.
used Google Translate ever? That's how
She doesn't
Google
sound
Translate.
like someone that was born
The
in
coleslaw
Wisconsin.
sucked.
The
sounds
coleslaw
gross.
Why does she
sucked.
sound like she's from Wisconsin?
Listen to that. Listen.
The coleslaw sucked.
I just love how slow like she's talking, like the coleslaw sucked. Wenzel, we were in sync there, bud.
Synergy.
Say a Japanese word in there. I want to hear it.
Speaking to the mic first.
Konnichiwa.
That was
Shut up, Menzel.
Oh, sorry. Let's see what "shut up, Menzel" is in
Japanese.
In Japanese.
The reverse. Do you really want to reverse with?
What if it's just shut up, Wenzel?
Do you really want to mess with reverse Menzel?
Wow, that's a
セルを黙らせる
that was way too long.
That was scary.
that was 2 paragraphs.
Look, I'm just. Okay.
Okay, so we
All right,
probably
back to the podcast.
yeah, back to the actual.
Menzel.
Sorry, I'll turn it up.
Are we done with Google Translate?
I got lost.
That's our Google Translate bit of the week.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, Feastival turned out really well. I was happy that everybody made good food.
Oh, I was gonna say
your
that.
nuts were good. Water nuts.
Oh, no. So those water chestnut things, my mom made them like 2 days later after I got home. Hers were 1,000 times better
I
than
thought
mine.
yours were really
I
good.
totally did not make those things right at all.
Really?
Did she put real bacon or you use the faking?
No, it was the fake and bacon.
What in the fuck is this? Go away. Oh my god.
But what I was gonna say about my cookies though, cereal goes stale, and after a while, me and Abby ate them, and we were like, these have a weird aftertaste.
Oh, so you ate old ass cereal.
Yeah, it was. Gosh,
Did you not put
You know
it
what'd
in
be really
like
good?
a Ziploc bag?
Cocoa Puffs. Cocoa
Puff.
Puff Cookies. And are you doing the thing that Jonathan does where he mimics what I'm saying as I'm
Oh.
saying it?
Mimics what
Cocoa
This is
Puff
fucking
cookies.
weird. Because Jonathan does the same damn thing to me
Wow.
all the time.
Our baby
It's real
Actually,
weird.
I don't know why I did that. Sorry.
He's like
Go Pop.
That was the Menzel in you.
Menzel loves to copy me.
Yeah.
Cocoa Puff cookies would be good. Fruit Loop cookies would be good. Like crushed up Fruit Loop cookies.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch cookies.
I think you should leave out the pudding. I think the pudding
You should just
left
like make
to
pudding.
uh
Just
like
actually
pudding.
make me a bowl of cereal.
No,
You know
just
what?
Bowl of pudding.
you know what? If you would have brought a bowl of pudding,
I would have been happy. I love
To
pudding.
dip the cookies in?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that would have been
Good pudding with cookie.
That'd actually been kind of cool.
Colt's not learning the fact that he has to be right in front of the mic.
It's not up here.
Yeah, we're yet to add.
We haven't acquired the mic stands yet.
Yeah, so we're going off the tiny stand that's on the table.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Feastival, good stuff. Speaking of food, we have something coming up that we teased at our very first episode. Here we are, episode 10, still teasing it technically. So we talked about French fries on the first episode of the podcast. We were like, what is the best French fry? What makes a good French fry? French fries. We were like that. We have compiled a list of 15 fast food places. We are going to go there, get French fries, and on the podcast, on the July 24th episode of the podcast, so
We're gonna throw them in the garbage.
yeah, we're all throwing all 15 fries in the garbage.
Fries are bad.
Declaring tater tots are the true winner here. But no, we're July 24th, 3 weeks from this podcast release date. We're going to do our French fry taste test. We are going to declare once and for all, unbiased, which French fry truly reigns supreme. And here's the list I got. We have Arby's. This is in alphabetical order. We have Arby's. We have Wendy's. We have Burger King. We have Hardee's. We have Five Guys, McDonald's, Popeyes, Chick-fil-A, Checkers, Jack's, Sonic, Bojangles, Zaxby's, Crystals, and Cookout.
Yo, I have a perfect idea.
Why
how to
are you
do this.
snapping at me?
So remember how we were gonna do a criteria list, and so you know what, we're gonna go off the fly and have a conversation about it right here. Instead of doing a criteria list, how about we have those little whiteboards, and then we write our scores down. And since we're gonna be doing it on the podcast, we here's my score, and then I'll be up here writing down scores and things like that, and adding everything up at the end. Boom.
That's how we declare a winner.
That's how you declare a winner.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I believe it's going to be us four. Then Abby's going to be here, Wenzel's girlfriend, and then Jonathan's going to be here. So there's going to be like a full house.
Oh wow, yeah.
I mean, I don't know if they're going to do the podcast. I'm totally going to pressure them into doing it. But that's who's helping us acquire the fries, because obviously we're not taking one car full to all 15 places. We're making it much more difficult, splitting up into 3 teams.
Yeah.
And then going to go to 5 places each.
I think that's better because
I think it's better too.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely because of how we can, because of the way our city is.
We
Yeah.
can cover more area.
Yeah, it's so weird because like those restaurants that each group is in are like super close to each other. Like nobody has to go further than like 15 miles, like from restaurant 1 to restaurant 5. So it works out really well.
Yeah.
And but no, I'm really excited to finally do the French fry thing. I wanted to do it forever, even before the podcast started. But now we got the podcast, July 24th, French fry taste test. It's gonna be awesome.
That's gonna be
Yeah.
a pre-recorded episode too.
Yeah, it's going to be pre-recorded. You won't be able to tell it's pre-recorded, but we're actually going to preface this again by saying the July 24th and the July 31st episodes are going to be pre-recorded like 3 weeks in advance because we're going on a food trip, and then me and Winslow are going out of town, and then we're coming back. Then we're going to the Scenic City Invitational in
Hell
Chattanooga. So instead of taking our podcast stuff with us to food trip, setting up for one episode, which I wouldn't even know where it would be able to be recorded since I won't be here, and then disassembling it a week later to take it to Chattanooga, we're just going to pre-record in advance because that would be the smart idea. But yeah, I'm excited for food. I'm excited for food as always.
Food.
I'm excited for the French fry thing though. But speaking of the SCI, I'm very excited for the SCI.
I don't know anything about wrestling,
Yeah.
but I'm ready to go and punch.
Yeah, so it'll
Even
be.
though it's not.
It'll be. Well, I guess it won't technically be your first show because didn't they do like a match or something at like a school assembly for y'all last year?
I was the only one that was hyped though.
Yeah.
Everybody else was saying,
Were you
"What are
there?"
gay?
No, I
Cheer for
wish.
wrestling?"
No, but that's the plan. We're all going to SCI, taking our podcasting stuff, It's gonna be good stuff. I don't want to spoil who's gonna be on the podcast, but we have wrestlers. We have a whole bunch. I got a whole group, like a dozen people lined up.
I'm on the podcast.
Yeah, Wenzel's going to be there. Special guest Wenzel. Special guest Colt. Special guest Cody. Special guest Tanner. But no.
We have a red alert.
Tactical
What's the-
nuke
wait, what's the
inbound,
red alert?
25 kills.
Colt still doesn't know how to put his face up to his fucking mic.
Don't yell,
Please, God, help me.
Don't yell.
We're very full because we went and ate at our
Yeah.
favorite taco place. Yeah. If you were in Tuscaloosa, look, I'm just gonna
Takara Lachimato.
look, okay.
Hashtag ad.
That is okay. Look, I'm gonna plug it.
Do it.
The
'cause
best
it's
goddamn
business.
taco
Yeah,
I've
give them
ever
some
had.
business.
The Taqueria La Michoacana, I believe is how you say it. I don't know how to actually say it. I'm not Spanish. I don't speak Spanish, kind of. You need to go to it. It's in Tuscaloosa. This is very, very small, hole-in-the-wall type place, but they do authentic tacos. You know what? This podcast is brought to you by...
No, hold on.
I know we were just talking about SEI and stuff like that, but I got a
Yeah.
question for you guys. I got
Hit
a
me
question.
with your
I got a
question.
question. All right, question time.
But it's fine. We were pretty much done with SCI talk anyways.
Yeah.
Wrestling.
If this podcast were to ever have not syndication.
If we were ever on TV.
If we were ever a criminal syndicate,
Well, hold
coming,
on.
coming to TBS this fall. If we were ever had a
Colt passed out
advertise-
on his mic for a second.
If we ever had an advertiser,
Mm-hmm.
would you be okay with doing like a sex toy shop?
Hell
Yeah, absolutely.
Like
Actually,
free props.
Actually, Did you say free pops?
Props.
Oh, I thought you said
Like
pops.
we could hit each other with them.
Yeah.
fidget spinners.
No, I would totally be okay. Actually, I'm going to put the rule out there. I think we should only ever be sponsored by sex toy shops. What a
This
weird
podcast
question.
Well, I was listening to the podcast, and is it okay to mention other podcasts?
Yeah,
I don't
dude.
know.
No.
I don't care.
The Last House on the Left, and I was listening to the podcast, and they were talking about this deranged serial killer rapist dude, and I was like, of course, this episode is brought to you by AdamandEve.com. And I'm like, wait, hold on,
Wait, like legit?
like legit,
Wow.
like they were legit sponsored by AdamandEve.com about a serial killer podcast.
Interesting.
It was just kind of threw me off because I didn't know if it was a bit or not.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have like an overlay, like you know how some places have like overlays. This one didn't, and I was really thrown off. And I was just wondering, I was like, would we ever be okay with like flopsandcocks.com?
Absolutely.
hell yeah.
Absolutely. Flops and cocks. That'd be a
That's me.
We taking that. Write that down.
register that domain right now.
Cody's typing so fast. Oh my god.
Redirect it to our SoundCloud. But
That leads to an AT&T website. Oh no, that is your internet.
yep. I was like, that's so weird that somebody would buy that web address and have it redirect to AT&T.
Let me look in Google domains.
When
Y'all
I
keep
think
talking.
of flops
Okay.
and cocks, I think of a penis inside of a flip flop.
What?
You know, there's a market for that.
I
Have you ever thought about like? Here's another weird question for you. Have you ever thought about like how everything like on the planet, like no matter how weird it is, like somebody's probably into it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Like somebody's probably into, for example, like shitting in a sandal and then fornicating with said
Specifically,
y'all.
sandal.
Into Crocs.
Flops
Pooping
and-
into Crocs and then pushing the poop out the holes of the Crocs.
Flopsandcocks.com, $12 a year.
Oh my god! Well, yeah, we have to get it obviously.
$12.
And have it redirect to soundcloud.com
Slash-
/ AYCH podcast.
Yeah.
Follow us.
Are we?
You know
we ending the podcast here?
This podcast is brought to you by
We can't.
All You Can Hear Podcast.
Oh my god! We should sponsor ourselves.
oh,
Holy fuck.
What a good bit.
The whole day has opened up.
we ate tacos, guys.
Yeah, we ate tacos and now we
Best
just see the
goddamn
world.
tacos I've ever had.
It's so hot in here.
Dude, it gets. So
I'm
hot in here.
metabolizing so hard right now.
No, but those tacos. So I did something pretty special tonight. I ate not one, not two, not three, not four,
not
even
five.
five. I ate 6 goddamn tacos. I ate a half a dozen tacos.
What's wrong with
A half dozen. A half dozen. And guess what? I don't regret it at all.
I mean,
How was the barbecue tacos?
It was good. Every taco I ate was legit.
I
Like
mean-
I would say the worst taco I had, which probably the chorizo, probably still like a 7.5, maybe an 8 out of 10.
The problem with chorizo is kind of greasy.
Yeah,
but,
that's the problem with chorizo. And I think
outside
it was
of
the
that-
first one I ate.
but chorizo is like always prepackaged. You really, you hardly ever find like homemade chorizo, especially around here.
Yeah.
But I will say this: that tripe taco,
Best taco.
Oh, the tripe taco is
Really?
delicious.
it tasted like it's like little crispies.
It's the burnt bacon crispies. That's how I described
but
it.
it's like it got a soft texture.
Yeah, it's bizarre. Like it tastes like the burnt bacon crispies, and kind of it's weird because you bite it and it's
They're
like
so juicy.
it's soft but a little crunchy and juicy at the same time. I don't know how it works.
What's that place called again, Cody?
Like,
Oh, he don't remember now.
Takira like mochi.
Okay, no. Taqueria.
Go by there and get some goddamn tacos.
I don't know
them.
the
It
name,
is.
but I love
It is good. By far I mean, granted, Alabama not really known for their taco scene, but by far the best tacos I've ever had.
I think we're probably. I would say we're probably the third best food city
in the state,
in the state.
outside of Birmingham and Gulf Shores.
I was gonna say Gulf Shores or not Gulf Shores, Birmingham and Huntsville. Huntsville has a lot of good restaurants and things like that. But
I don't know. I feel
well,
like
at
feel
least
feel
in the sense
T-Town-
of diversity, I should say that. If you
Oh,
want
yeah.
barbecue, literally you can go in the middle of literally stop at any shack in the middle of Alabama and get a fucking barbecue sandwich. If you drive through Alabama and you don't stop at some shitty little outhouse and buy a barbecue sandwich from some old dude sitting on a fucking toilet,
Yep.
then you're not living. You're
Actually,
not,
that guy's the best. He literally just no, I'm just kidding. No, but that's like I went to Hartselle. Hartselle, not a big town. Here's what's in Hartselle, Alabama. Okay, I went there for wrestling several times last year. There's like 3 animal hospitals, about 8 or 9 barbecue restaurants,
Any people hospitals?
and a commute. No, and like legit no. Like we drove through the entire town because we literally missed our stop, so we actually drove through Hartselle and went into Huntsville or Decatur, whatever. There's literally not. There are 3 animal hospitals, and I swear, like 7 or 8 barbecue places. Like anywhere in Alabama, you can stop for barbecue, and most of the time, pretty decent barbecue.
I mean, you could
The
you could
best
literally go
barbecue
down.
is hole in the wall.
I on the way to work, if I were to drive from my house to the university, I literally pass 3 or 4 different barbecue places in the time it takes me to get from my house to the University of Alabama.
which is about a 25-minute drive.
Yeah, and so I can go to all 4 barbecue. You can bring me barbecue from all 4 places, and I could legit discern each different type of barbecue because they're that different.
Yeah.
Because you have different kinds. You have different kinds of barbecue, different kinds of flavors. People use different kinds of woods, different cuts of meat, how tender they get them. I mean, it's just a whole
Different. I
range.
mean, different sauces.
Like the sauce is what typically makes barbecue, and that's very true because that's the highlight of a barbecue sandwich. Highlight of any barbecue is the sauce, but the lowlights come from that smoke, comes from that wood.
I think it's how juicy the meat is. I like juicy meat.
Hey,
I'm just throwing that out.
am I thinking way about all you can hear barbecue?
Barbecue taste test fall 2017 coming to
And
you.
we're
Sure.
gonna sample.
It's
over
happening.
Yeah, we'll
400
do it.
I was thinking like make our own barbecue.
Oh,
Oh, but here's the problem with making your own barbecue.
Shut up.
Expensive as shit.
It's very hard.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, and it's also very hard. And
It's a bit.
I'm just gonna buy some Sweet Baby Ray's.
you're a bitch.
See, the problem I have with making my own barbecue is the fact that it takes so long and it may not come out right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't doubt that, but I do think we should do a barbecue.
And it's so
test.
funny. I think a barbecue taste test. Yeah, we'll definitely talk. You know what? Barbecue taste test. Q4 2017.
Pre-order
Yeah,
now.
pre-order now. Amazon.com. But the thing with me about barbecue is because like if you're a really good pitmaster, they make it look so easy. They're like, yeah, you just like kind of sit by it and like poke it a little bit, and
That
there's
is
your
true,
barbecue.
though.
I mean, like, for the most part, that's what they do.
Yeah.
But my ass is out there making it overcomplicated. But no, you gotta add 3/4 of a cup of mayonnaise to this white barbecue sauce.
Yeah. And white barbecue sauce, let me just debunk the theory here, which I'm pretty sure I said something about it last week, but I'm going to debunk it again. A lot of people are like, it's just mayonnaise and vinegar. No, it's
No,
not just
oh,
mayonnaise
no.
and vinegar.
Oh, no.
Mayonnaise and vinegar is coleslaw juice.
Yeah.
Do you like coleslaw juice?
What's the best coleslaw you've ever had? If mine was bad, I would like to know which coleslaw you think is the best.
Yeah.
Not a homemade, from a restaurant you've
Tell
went
us
to.
right now, or we will kill you.
Yeah, tell me right now. What's the best coleslaw you've ever had?
Hattie B's. Hattie B's coleslaw.
See, their coleslaw was just okay.
I liked it.
I like their mac and cheese.
It was creamy.
Now, granted, the whole,
and
I
it was
mean,
sweet, and I could like a sweet coleslaw.
you like a sweet coleslaw. That's probably why you didn't like mine.
Yeah.
Mine was a little acidic because it
I
had
like-
a lot of vinegar.
I like an acidic coleslaw. What can I say?
I'm a big fan of the more acidic coleslaw because the thing is coleslaw. Granted, we just sort of made a bunch of random shit food for Feastival, so like coleslaw
Yeah,
really
all
didn't.
garbage food.
Yeah, well, no, but like coleslaw didn't really like coleslaw goes with a very specific meal. Like you either eat coleslaw with like catfish or you eat coleslaw with barbecue, or else it kind of just is whatever.
And it depends on the barbecue too, because if you have a sweet barbecue,
Yeah.
you're gonna want that tangy coleslaw to
yeah,
balance it.
but if you have like a mustard based barbecue sauce barbecue, you want that.
you want that
sweet.
kind of, but I'm still on the tangy side. I like tangy no matter what.
Oh yeah, I like tangy too. I'm just talking in general
because it depends. And like I said, the white barbecue sauce, it is an Alabama thing. I think.
no, it is.
I was surprised to find out it was an Alabama thing.
Big Bob's is
yeah, I
what
know.
started it.
Roll Tide.
Well, I don't know if they're the ones who started. I think it started.
Well, probably, but
They're the first person to be like.
they definitely marketed it.
It's like, who made this?
we
Me.
did.
It was us. Big Bob's.
Yeah.
I just said it just like that.
Yeah, that's how Big Bob sounded.
That true history. But there are a lot. It's there's a lot that goes into it, and it's a lot better than you would expect. Some people. Here's my question: best barbecue meat.
Best part.
Best barbecue meat.
Oh God. See, I don't.
So you have chicken, you have chicken, beef brisket, you have pulled pork, you have.
Oh, if we're talking like actual like from animal pulled pork all the way, for me.
pulled pork for you?
I'd say chicken.
I'd say pork.
Wow. Yeah.
Pork it is. Pork.
You know,
And
in
I'm not even saying barbecue chicken's bad, but like pulled pork's just
No,
really
I
good.
love barbecue
pulled
chicken.
pork second.
I'm
Good.
I'm definitely. I was looking at Big Bob's menu today because I spent 2 hours trying to figure out food trip.
Yeah, we changed 4 restaurants on our food trip list we've had planned for 3 months. We changed literally half the restaurants today.
Yeah. But I went ahead and was choosing what I wanted to eat from Big Bob's to figure out pricing and things like that. And I'm definitely gonna get a piece of that chicken with the white barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
Or with the white sauce, because white barbecue sauce, it's the way to go.
I mean, white barbecue, and I'm not saying white barbecue sauce is the best, because I'm not even sure if white barbecue sauce is the best, but it's a legit barbecue sauce. Like, people shouldn't downplay it just because it's like, a lot of people literally downplay it because it's white. They're like, that's mayonnaise. No. And I'm somebody that doesn't like mayonnaise that much. And
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
Going back to meats for a minute, I'm not a fan of beef brisket.
Me either.
I don't.
I have to
remember
be.
Last time I had.
I have to be in a mood for it because here's the thing: as opposed to pork or chicken, if I'm eating beef brisket, full on, I'm getting the meat sweats, and I'm not a big fan of the meat sweats.
I get them when I'm eating ribs and beef brisket.
Yeah. So
And burgers.
if I eat a big enough burger, I'll get the
Oh.
meat sweats.
Speaking of burgers, looking at the Hound, which is in Auburn, is another place we're going to be stopping on our trip.
Yep.
They
Boo,
have a
Auburn.
burger.
War Eagle.
Wow.
Jesus.
That was 2 different
Okay.
messages.
I forgot what I was going to say.
They have. You were talking about a burger at the Hound.
Oh yeah, they have a bison burger.
Made out of bison?
I don't know. It's called the bison
Ooh.
burger, and it didn't say anything otherwise.
What if it's-
so?
Here you go. It's a chicken sandwich.
What if it's just like a burger and then there's 2 little horns in it?
He has like 2 pickle spear horns. So there you go. $24.
Oh,
My goodness.
Someone was gonna say whenever I said pulled pork is second. Whenever I like ducked my head, I was literally about to fall asleep.
Goodbye.
Yeah, I know.
Rest in peace, Wenzel. My goodness.
I'm really sleepy.
Why are you so tired?
Oh gosh, I didn't go to bed till 3, and then I woke up at 9 this morning.
I'm yawning.
Yeah. We're all. Listen, we have a lot of stuff coming up. I think it's okay to be a
We're
little.
so tired for the things that's not.
Yeah.
I'm very warm
First world
and my nose is
problems.
stuffed
We're
up.
going on multiple trips.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. It's so bad.
Oh, so I was gonna say too. we should we should take AYCH to Huntsville so we go to space.
Hey, you know what? I was thinking earlier about the name because one of the biggest things about after the podcast is everyone vacates the room immediately to get away from the heat.
Yeah.
Because there's a small room, really hot. We have one fan going above us.
On
And,
low.
But I'm always stuck in here trying to get everything saved and uploaded and things like that. And so one of the big things, I'm like, what do you want to name this? And so everyone starts thinking of names and shooting them back and forth. And then Tanner like couriers in and like, we're gonna name it this, you know. But at the beginning of this podcast, just at the beginning of the podcast in general, first episode 1, we named it One and Done. We're now at 10 episodes.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. So here's the thing.
I think name for this podcast, Tan and Thin.
What the
Wow, I'm glad we had. You know what? Not bad.
No, it's not.
Not bad. Here's the thing. I guess I can. Okay, so like podcast double digits, which isn't a huge deal to a lot of people. It was like 10 weeks. Like we haven't missed a week. Hasn't even been close to missing a week. Like we've done 10 episodes now. It's just because originally here's a little backstory on the AYCH. So originally I was going to start a solo podcast. This is in September, October of last year.
Yeah.
And Wenzel had suggested to me to use the name Tanner's Table Talk, which at first I didn't realize he had stole the name Table Talk from another podcast, and I just threw my name in front of it. But I was like, Tanner's Table Talk's a good idea. Like, I can talk about whatever I want, blah, blah, blah. It would be great. Have a guest on, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, it kind of went on the back burner for a few months, and then I was like, I just really want to do a podcast. And then I bought Colton Wenzel into the fold. And
He bought us.
Yeah, I literally paid them off. $3 a piece. Huge financial blow to me personally. But I gave them $3 a piece, and they agreed to be podcast co-host. And then realized none of us knew how to use anything. And plus, the reason I originally didn't ask Cody, before you're like, well, what about ground beef Cody over there? The reason I didn't originally ask Cody is because Cody is very close to graduating college.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to be like a nuisance, be like, hey, you want to record a podcast every week? Obviously, I forgot.
I am a busy bee.
Yeah, Cody's a little busy bee boy.
Yeah, I didn't want to add some more work.
Yeah, I didn't want to add to that,
Workload.
Yeah, workload, whatever. But anyways, Cody's here. And now we're 10 episodes into the All You Can Hear podcast.
Gosh.
I remember the first podcast meeting we had, because it was the week after I had the flu, because we were going to meet on a Friday. I had the flu. We ended up meeting on that Monday because during spring break. And it took us like 3 hours, me, Colton Wenzel, to come up with the name All You Can Hear, which is it's just Colt's crying.
I can't breathe out of my nose.
Oh.
Hey, you may not can breathe out of your nose, but you can sure talk into the fucking mic.
Oh, God.
Oh God,
Please don't blow.
that
your
was
nose on
awful.
the mic.
Yeah, did you? What's his mic? Who
It's
cares?
my mic. I paid for this. I
Yeah.
did. But I used my mother's money.
Colt's like I stole money.
We are sad.
No, but it's just cool to like be here now. It's like 10 episodes. Like imagine in, I don't know how long 90 episodes take. A little less than 2 years.
Gosh, that's crazy.
We
Yeah,
could be at 100.
we started back in May.
Yeah, we started in May.
It seemed like May was forever ago.
Well, it's crazy. Well, it's so weird because the months have seemed so long. Like we recorded the last Friday or Saturday, whatever day it was, of April.
Yeah.
So like we recorded in April, recorded all the month of May. This is the last episode we're recording in June.
I thought we recorded right after my birthday.
We did episode 2.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
But, and like, we're going to have all of July finished up by like midway July, because the last episode we're recording in July is the one we take with us on the food trip. And then we're at the SCI recording there, doing cool stuff there. And then we have there's so much cool stuff planned out that I'm really excited to see pan out and like be a thing.
Yeah, very exciting.
Yeah, I mean, exciting stuff.
Bison burger. It says bison burger. And it's got that shitty, instead of showing you the price, it has the brackets and the number.
Oh my God, why?
I don't know. I guess it's to save room because it's got it. I don't know. If you ever want to look it up, it's called the hound-auburn.com. Supposedly this is a super famous restaurant down there. They supposedly have the best burgers, and they said the bison burger is one of the best. It's $15 for a third of a pound of patty, something called tobacco onions, sautéed mushrooms, and Swiss cheese.
Would tobacco onions just be like
Cigarettes.
no? Yeah, it's just cigarette butts. Would tobacco onions not just be like blackened onions, like the kind of onions that have like black? I mean, seared.
No, wait, aren't there like caramelized onions?
Oh no, they're like fried onions.
Oh.
They're like
well, I'm down with it.
so a thinly sliced onion into rings, and like you just fry the fuck out of them until they're like crispy little
Super
pieces.
crispy.
and those are called tobacco onions for some reason.
Interesting.
And,
Because Tabasco's crispy. That's why.
They're tobacco. They're actually like the tobacco from Simpsons.
Simpsons.
Anybody else remember that?
I only remember that because of Hit and Run.
Anybody else remember?
Do you remember?
No,
They,
sorry.
They probably won't. But you remember that was like one of the first major plot points in Hit and Run, I believe, was the tobacco plant.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the episode coming on. I think
I
they aired in the 90s.
here I didn't really watch Simpsons a lot as it because by the
Family
time I was
Guy superior anime.
But they also have a blended burger, which is like a meatloaf burger.
yeah.
They have a veggie burger, bacon, turkey, avocado burger.
Everybody
and
says their bacon is delicious.
their bacon, turkey,
Yeah.
avocado.
No,
Bacon
just
causes cancer.
bacon. Yeah, and so does everything else.
But they also also have like appetizers, like bacon wrapped dates, things like that.
Date.
I'm what?
I was thinking of an anime. Forget it.
Colt was asleep.
Good morning.
There's an anime character with
Colt woke up
Date.
at 3:30 today. By the way.
Yeah.
To Cody freaking out thinking I died.
Well,
You
didn't
never
fucking
know
answer
with
your
I was in the
phone.
middle of making fudge and I get a call from Cody.
Why the fuck were you making fudge?
Yeah. Well, why didn't you bring any fudge?
Oh, because
I'm pissed.
me and Abby.
You're off the
I'm
podcast. Don't
mad.
even finish it. Don't even finish your way. Actually, just get up right now and leave.
Because me and Abby have been planning to make fudge for a while, and then we did today. It's cookie dough fudge, and
Oh my god! And you didn't bring it.
It needs to set for 3 to 4 hours. So calm down. Okay.
So you're gonna go to your house before we swim, and
No,
you're gonna go get
actually, if Abby comes over, she's gonna bring it.
some. Oh my god! I wasn't even expecting it for real. This was all a bit, but now I'm excited.
Yeah.
What did you, it's what?
It's cookie dough fudge.
Holy fuck. Menzel.
Abby.
Boy, you're gonna be the reason why I fat.
See, Abby, I texted Abby asking her how it was, and she's like, it tastes really fattening. I'm like, what does that mean? Like,
It's awesome.
Send me a picture of it. And I don't know if it's a bit. I don't know if she's joking, but she said, oh no, it's all gone. I'm like, wait, what?
Hold on.
And then she's gonna like come in. It's gonna be like just a handful of like cow fat, and you're like,
Yeah, that's the wrong.
That's not what we made earlier.
Abby, that's the cow fat we keep in the fridge.
I loved going on off the rails for a second because this podcast has been very focused so far, as you can tell.
Well, we've been focused on food.
Yeah, no, that's the funny thing. People asked me like before this podcast started, like, "What's the podcast going to be about?" They were like, because I'm known on Twitter as Bad Food Take Tanner because that's kind of my bit. And they were like, "Is it going to be a food podcast?" I was like, No. We've talked about food for the last fucking 2 weeks. We literally had like 5 regular episodes, 3 E3 episodes, and now we're on our second food episode. We're doing a whole food trip episode.
God.
We're doing the French fry taste test. Apparently, we're doing a barbecue taste test for some reason.
Oh, we got to do this. The spice challenge.
Oh yeah. We're doing some spice challenge, which I still don't know the details of yet, but somebody's gonna puke on the podcast. But yeah, wow, so I guess it is a food podcast.
Oh, okay.
It's
all
pretty
you can
sad.
eat.
Speaking of food podcast, I'm very excited to go to Scenic City Invitational because there's one place in Chattanooga, world famous. By world famous,
Cheesecake.
I mean Twitter famous. It's the City Cafe attached to the Best Western in Chattanooga. And there, they have the most delicious cakes and cheesecakes. And I, out of the hundreds of options they have for cakes, orders a plain piece of
You
cheesecake.
know what, Tanner?
Goodbye.
I'm gonna order a plain cheesecake with you.
Are you still in my bit?
No, I'm
Well, here's what's scary, and I may cause a riot at SCI. So apparently multiple. So my friend Ace, Josh, booker promoter of the SCI, he's told me multiple times on Twitter, including on the official SCI Twitter page. He's like, "Yeah, I've already contacted City Cafe. I told them somebody has an allergy, no cakes that weekend." I'm like, "Haha, funny bit, Josh." But then it's like he's told me like 4 or 5 times. But here's the thing. I know he would never do that because Josh is a great person. But here's the thing. Multiple people have now like, "Hey, we're getting plain cheesecake at SCI." I'm like, the room went batshit at SCR at the Scenic City Rumble when I got a piece. Like, if multiple people order pieces of plain cheesecake, it's going to be a full-on riot. We're gonna have a full-on riot on our hands.
Viva la revolution!
First wrestling show, there's a riot.
Yeah, I mean
Over cheesecake.
that would be really good. It'd be like you're in Puerto Rico. That's because riots when they happen at wrestling shows tend to happen in like Puerto Rico because they're the bloody brawls, or in like Japan and the 80s. They don't happen now.
But I have one thing to say. Goodbye, AYCH fans. Hello, cheesecake fans.
AYCH Twitter, don't read this. Cheesecake Twitter, hello. No, I'm excited. I mean, I'm just so like we've talked about for years going on a trip, and now we're going on 2 within like 3 weeks.
Yep.
And like I don't know, it's good stuff.
Good banter.
I'm excited for it. I'm excited for all the banter. I'm excited for all the podcast banter. I'm excited for some of the guests we have I'm excited for all the guests we have coming on the podcast SCI
Yeah,
weekend.
some of you are not as important, apparently, to Tanner Standers. Stand 5.
To Tanner Standers. That's that. Oh my God, that's what we can call. So you know how like a huge fan of something is called a stan. All my fans can be called tans.
Viva cheesecake.
What was
Cheesecake.
cheesecake?
Cheesecake.
Viva cheesecake.
Live cheese-
Viva cheesecake. I agree.
All
with
I'm
it.
saying is that I may have fudged that.
Oh!
Going back to Wenzel's fudge.
Oh, I forgot about you making fudge.
I'm really liking fudge.
I can make fudge.
What?
I can make fudge.
I thought Cody was telling you to get closer to the mic. It's so funny because Colt's kind of like the moon. Where, wait, does the moon get further from? Sure, it does.
Oh yeah, the moon has been getting further and further away from the
Sure,
Earth.
so Colt's sort of like the moon, where it's just like gradually through the podcast he'll be like this, and I don't really know how it happens, but he'll just start backing up and backs up, and like right now his head's on it.
I don't like leaning
But-
forward.
But by about 20 minutes into the podcast, he's
Tanner's
full on laid back in his
Tanner
chair,
just leaned back in his chair,
literally looking at the fan.
about to hit the wall.
That's like, all right, boys, let's podcast. And I don't realize how it happens, but never fails happens every week.
I need a mic stand.
We need mic stands. We definitely should probably grab mic stands before we
Donate
go to
money
SCI.
to us, please.
Yeah, please donate to our PayPal at paypal.com/PayPal. Thank you.
We own
gotta figure
PayPal.
out-
PayPal.
We gotta figure out where we're gonna actually do the podcast at SCI.
It's going to be very fun because I'm pretty
In the
sure
ring.
in the hotel room.
What if?
All I'm saying is that Tanner's gonna have to figure that all out.
Yep.
I'll just set up where we're at.
Yeah, probably. Okay, well, I'm just going to say probably in the hotel room.
Tanner's like, all right.
Here's what I'm hoping for. Here would be my huge hope for SCI. I hope, because so many people I know are going to be there, I kind of hope it becomes a thing where we have like people come in for the podcast, but then like other people come in for the podcast just like watching. I don't know. Like it's something like they did something like that last year, and it's called the Room 247 podcast. It's not the podcast name, but it's what they gave the podcast, but they never released it because it was so bad. Because it was just like 12 drunk people just yelling for about an hour. And they never released it. But it's funny because those guys that host that podcast, that's the Kick Out at 2 podcast. Check them out. They requested that room again. So they're actually in that room again. So I don't know if it's going to happen again, but I hope it does. I wasn't at it. This is actually my first SCI, believe it or not. So I'm excited.
This is my first anything, really.
Yeah.
Your first food.
Help me.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know.
I want to know what you woke up at 3:30. You should be fresh. Do you need a chop?
I know. I get.
Do you need a chop?
Usually.
Do you need a chop?
Help me.
Chop him.
Do you need a chop?
I chop back.
Do it on the
Well, you
podcast.
can't chop me back.
I'm.
Do you need
I
a
didn't.
chop?
I didn't chop him back.
Yeah.
You're weak.
We just get in a fight on the
The
podcast.
podcast has devolved.
Yeah, I think on that note we should probably be wrapping up.
I'm
So-
further away.
Oh,
Colt already has his like headphones off, like ready to go.
one more thing we should
butt
mention.
hurts.
If you haven't watched the show Preacher, watch it.
Watch
Oh.
Preacher. Preacher is the greatest thing to ever happen to mankind.
Yeah, sure. Watch Preacher.
Yeah.
I'm sure they need the plug on this podcast.
Please
Y'all heard
watch
Preacher?
Preacher so they continue to make it. I
watched
really
Chef.
like it.
But anyways,
Forgot this meme that.
here a meme that never happened. Here are some plugs for you for Pluggy Boys. Follow the podcast at AYCH Podcast on Twitter. Listen to us on SoundCloud, on iTunes, on Google Play. Review us, rate us, subscribe to us, all that smooth jazz. We have a Twitch channel now with Colt, Wenzel. I'll be jumping on. Cody will probably jump on occasionally, maybe a couple times.
Probably not.
Maybe once. But just playing video games, doing that a couple times a week. And follow that Twitch page. That's twitch.tv/allyoucanhear. You can just follow all of us.
Yeah.
Follow everything. You can follow me on Twitter at Tanner1495.
You can follow me on Twitter at Winsy Wilkie, but I am the reverse Wenzel, Menzie. I don't have a Twitter.
Menzie Milky.
Menzie Milky.
That's not a thing. Don't follow that. We don't know what that is.
Nobody knows it's an anomaly.
You can follow me on Twitter at ColtD88. And you can harass me on Twitch at All You Can Hear.
Yeah, Colt's our main Twitcher.
Yeah, trust me, I'm more focused or awake when I'm playing games.
Colt is he's probably the best video game player in this room.
Yeah.
I have 20-something platinums.
What does that even mean? That means nothing. Put that on a resume, then come talk to me.
FaZe would say we don't play those games.
Yeah.
And I'm Cody, and you can find me in every part of this podcast, from production to preparation to
Being an asshole. Am I right, boys?
okay, no.
I'm literally about to shoot off a firework.
I'm here 24/7.
Yeah, Cody just stays in the podcast studio.
Yeah.
Like as soon as we finish this, Cody's being like, gotta set up for next week.
We turn off the lights.
Yeah. He just stays in my house for weeks on end.
It's so hot.
Yep, that's a podcast.
We over?
Yes! Why do you not get Why? When we go to plugs, you need to be ready. You need to be ready on the dot. Stop recording. He still hasn't stopped. This is all going in.
I'm so hot.